All right, gang, let's dive right into it. Welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. It's great to be with everyone here today. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I am Jason there on the left, and we are lucky to be joined by David Rockland, the digital strategist here at Brilliant Directories. David, how are you today?
Doing well. It's been busy over here at BD today. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Excited to share some of the great updates that we have with you.
And if you're not already a member of our Facebook group, I do recommend joining. It's a great way to keep the conversations going in between Webinar Wednesdays. You can head on over right now to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. I'm in there myself. There's always great discussions created every single day in there by the group members. It's a fun place to hang out and see what everyone is doing working on their websites. So take a minute and join us there, brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. And I do see some new names and faces. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. A little bit about Webinar Wednesdays. It's really a great channel for us to chat with each other and communicate, and also share some of the new features built into the platform. There are lots of features updated and added week after week. In Webinar Wednesday, we try to focus on the features that can actually help you leverage and grow your community a bit faster. We'll cover topics such as increasing traffic, converting some of your website visitors into actual subscribers or paying members, and new ways to improve navigation are some of the topics that we'll cover here. If you have any questions on these topics or anything about your membership website, please save them. We'll do our best to get to as many questions as we can today. All right, and let's dive into some lab updates. Some of these were on the coming soon list below. They've now moved up as new features. The first one at the top of the list, the ability to create smart lists, and if you have the export member data add-on, the ability to export your data for both your member reviews and the member leads that come through your site. So this is really helpful if you're gathering leads, if people are contacting your members and filling out that get matched form, as we call it. You can now create a smart list of those users or website visitors and choose to email them newsletters and other things in the future. Also the same for people who leave reviews for your members. So as you know, if you've enabled the functionality, your members can receive reviews or testimonials and star ratings on their profile pages. And now for those website visitors that are leaving the reviews, you can create smart lists and choose to email them maybe company newsletters, website newsletters, or just stay in touch with them in different ways. Let me show you where you guys can find those new settings for both reviews and leads. All right, so this is the dashboard homepage in the admin area. So these are both going to be under the interactions, the new interactions area. For member leads, we'll go ahead and just open this in a new tab. What you'll find here in the top right are the list actions. So you can export your current results if you have the export add-on, and everyone has the ability to create smart lists from the results. So you can do filtering here. Maybe you want to find out who contacted members regarding a certain top-level category or sub-level category and create a smart list from that. For member reviews, I'll just open this in a new tab as well. You're going to find it in a similar location here in the top right. So these are people who have left reviews or star ratings for your members. You can now create smart lists based on the people who have left the reviews for your members, as well as export the reviews. So you can use that data and maybe port it somewhere else or just store it for your records. So what's really cool is you can search using these filters and then create the smart list based on the results that are remaining after you filter and search. All right, this one, shout out to Colette. Let's see if Colette is in the webinar today. She is. The ability to select how you want your post types to display with regards to their search results view. So by default, there's list view, and I'll show you what that is. And then we have add-ons for grid or map view. And up until now, in your design settings for all your post types, for example, events or coupons or jobs, you could choose if you wanted the search results pages to start in a map view or the grid view or the list view. However, with this feature now, you can select specific post types to start in different views for their search results pages. And I'll show you an example of it and where the setting is for you. So let's first see what we're talking about here. So what we're talking about are the search results for your different post types. So this is coupons. Let's look at jobs on the same site. And we can see jobs is set to list view, to start in list view, and coupons is starting in this grid view. So up until now, you would have to choose one view that would be applied to all your post types, and that would be in your design settings. Let's take a look at that first, because that's the existing setting that's always been there. If you go to design settings and search result pages, and I believe here it is, the post search results layout, start in list view or start in grid view or start in map view if you have it. The options would be here, and it would apply to all your post types. So you can do this and just have it apply to all your post types, but maybe there's a specific post type like your events or your jobs or something that you want to start in a different view. Let me show you where you can set that now. So here we want to go to My Content and edit post settings. And since I edited the coupon one, I'll just show you what I did there. So I'll just filter for coupon and edit my coupon post type. And this setting is going to be, right now it's in search results design. And we're going to scroll down past the code stuff and additional settings. And right now it's the newest feature, so it's kind of at the bottom here. Start results view in. And you can see I've set it to grid view here. The first option is use design settings rule. So if you just wanted to fall back to what you've set in your main design settings, you can do that. Or you can override that and select list view, grid view, or map view. So I'm sure that'll come in handy. Give you a little bit more granular control of the look and feel of your websites. All right, this one's pretty cool. It should be available to all who have the Easy Coupon Codes add-on. On the checkout pages, if the coupon code makes the total $0 or a zero balance after the coupon code is applied, there is an option that you can set to hide the credit card input fields. So basically, you're not asking to collect the credit card information on the checkout page if the total is $0. Let me show you where that is and how it works. This one would be a personal preference because if you're not collecting the credit card and it's a recurring payment or subscription, at some point in time, that user or that member is going to have to add a credit card on file. However, just depending on how you're doing your plans and your pricing structure, you may want to take advantage of this new feature. So let me first show you where it is, and then we can see how it works. So this would be under the Finance tab, and it's when you're creating coupon codes that can be applied to your site for member signups. So let's go to coupon codes. All right. And I've done some tests here for showing and hiding the credit card input fields when the order summary is $0 after the code is applied. Let's go ahead and create a new coupon code. All right, so we can enter what the coupon code is going to be. So we could do like Webinar Wednesday and the % discount, enter a numerical value. So this will be 100% off. And here's the new option, require card when $0. So require credit card when checkout total is $0 after code is applied. By default, generally right now, before this feature was available, it would still always ask you for the credit card, so it would require the credit card. However, the new setting is no hide credit card fields, again, if the order total is $0 after a promo code is applied. So let's use one of the ones I've already created here. I think I did this one, hide 3. And let's go to a membership plan sign up page and apply it. Here we go, silver plan. Okay, great. So here we go. We're going to sign up for the silver plan. And we can see here it says enter billing information. I'm going to pay $89. If the total is $0, with that setting applied, for the coupon code, it hides the billing information, the credit card fields, and I can just go ahead and sign up without adding a credit card on file. So again, depends on your business model, your structure, how you're interacting with your members, the members' journey from signing up to becoming paid members and whatnot, how you would use this feature, but it is now here if you need it. Okay, and there's one more. We did touch on this in previous webinars, but I just wanted to highlight it again. You now have the ability when creating email templates or creating newsletters, similar to how we have it for the web page builder, those pre-made blocks, those pre-made elements, you can drag them into the editor and make easier changes to kind of stack and create a newsletter that is attractive for your user. So kind of help you work a bit faster. And let me show you where that is and also a direction we're going in. I do have a screenshot mock-up of a direction that page is going to go in design-wise. So if you're going to edit an existing email template or you want to create a new email template, maybe you're going to send a May newsletter, you can go to a new email template here under email templates in the emails section. And so right now, before this option, you would start with a blank slate and you'd create your email template, which is fine and dandy. However, now you'll notice here on the right-hand side, we have currently called draggable content blocks. Later, we'll be calling them pre-made elements. But what you can do here is just drag these into the newsletter, the text editor for the newsletter here. And then obviously you can just switch out the title. You can switch the image. If you're going to have a link, you can have it there. So it's much easier to kind of create a newsletter. And there's one more here. So you can have like a 2-column feature something or a 3-column featuring something. It could be links to member profiles you're highlighting and things like that. But this is now available here, so it can help you work a bit faster when creating new email templates or editing the default email templates that come with the websites. Let me show you a mock-up of what this page is going to be looking like soon. This is just a rough mock-up, but it's the direction we're going in. There's a lot of empty space on the current page, so we're thinking about moving the draggable blocks or the pre-made elements on the left side here, and then just taking advantage of the available space that's currently unused, and making it a bit easier to see and find the email variables that you can use, like the first name or things like that. This is a direction we're going in with the email templates, and we are going to be spending the next couple months improving. We've already started with the smart list, but improving some of the send newsletter functionality, the statistics after you send a newsletter, like who opened it, who didn't open it, who received it, who bounced, and things like that, just to give you guys a bit more information and data with regards to sending newsletters. All right, so let's move down to the coming soon area. Just mentioned it, better design for newsletters and their statistics. I think that'll put more power in your hands. Something interesting is we are going to be creating an interface where you can create, manage, and reply to the support tickets that you're sending to the support team directly from the admin area. So while you're working on your site, you don't have to go anywhere else. You'll be able to create a support ticket right from your admin area. And then when the team replies, you'll be able to see the replies and have a back and forth communication with the team. We always want to try our best to help answer questions or resolve any issues that you guys have. So that should help improve communication, the speed of communication between you guys and the support team. As I mentioned before, we also are working on improving Google Pagespeed scores and just scores across all the different Pagespeed tools out there. I foresee that will be completed with the first round of updates mid-June. We're going to try to push for May, but more realistically, probably the middle or end of June. And from our simulations and what we've seen, the page scores are going to improve almost 3x, definitely double the page speed scores that you're currently seeing on your sites. And that'll be across the board for all BD websites. On the right there, coming soon, top of the list, excluding smart lists when sending newsletters. So right now you can select which smart lists you want to include when you're sending newsletters. There'll be an option to also exclude people who fall under different smart lists. So you can get a lot more granular on who you want to email when you're sending newsletters and get more specific with that. And then we're also going to be focusing on improving the workflow and the UI, the design when matching and viewing your leads, the leads that are being matched with members. I do have a screenshot of what those are going to look like. When you're on the Manage Leads page, you're going to have a bit more data here. You're going to have some badges that show you how many pending matches there are for a lead. So if you've matched a lead with 20 members, but 20 of them are still pending to either accept or purchase or decline the lead, you'll see that here. You'll be able to see who has declined the lead and didn't want the lead. And then you can see how many members out of your max acceptances have been complete matches with the lead. So in this case, it's 3 out of 5 members have accepted the lead. And then also you'll be able to see the revenue that that lead has generated for you. So if you're selling leads to members, you'll be able to see the total revenue that a single lead has generated for you right here as well. And right now, when you match a lead, you're sent to a separate page in the admin. You click match and it opens a new tab. It's going to be a pop-up and it's going to be a little bit more intuitive. We're going to remove some of the items, the design elements that are kind of heavy on the page. So it's going to be a bit more streamlined and it's just going to be easier to work with in this interface. So definitely looking forward to that as well. Other than that, I have seen the list. The dev team is working on lots of smaller fixes and things that are being reported. Overall, everything's in a great and stable place. So onward and upward is the only direction we can go here as a team with all your great suggestions and feedback. What I do want to do is if you guys have any questions about these updates, feel free to raise your hands, or if you have any comments, we'd love to hear some and yeah, get your feedback. Well, we have our good friend Colette here with her hand up. How are you, Colette?
Hey, Jason. Good. How are you?
Excellent. Well, so we got your view for the post types, the start in views per post types. So thank you for that suggestion.
Oh, very excited about that, and also very excited about all the coming soon options that you guys are bringing in. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I had one question about the newsletters. I send a community newsletter out and I like to copy and paste the latest offer and the latest product, etc. In terms of importing the images into that newsletter, does one have to download it from the website, save it, and then upload it into pictures, or is there a way that we can just copy or drag and drop it into that email?
That's a good question. Let's try it together right now. I'm not 100% sure. Let me try a couple things. First, let's try this. I'm going to right-click on this image, and I'm going to copy image link. That's the URL of the image. Let me see if we have an option to replace the image with a URL, and we do. It says by URL, and I can just paste that URL here, and that works. Okay, so
fantastic.
Getting the URL. Let's see about, let me move this to its own tab, about dragging an image in. I haven't, give me a moment here. Let me kind of make 2 screens here and do the same thing with here. Okay, let's drag this image just into here as an example. Okay, it doesn't look like it's supporting dragging the image, but it sounds like you want to use images that are on your website already. Yes. So probably the easiest thing is just to copy. If you're not going to upload a new image, you want to just copy the image link and then use the replace by URL.
Awesome. No, that's good enough. That's much easier than having to save it and upload it. So
another thing you might want to try, Jason, is if you right-click copy on the image, maybe you might be able to paste it into the web page.
Let's try that. Copy image and let's paste it. Yep, there we go. That works too. I used my keyboard. I did Control C, or well, I did Control V to paste it. So I right-click to copy the image, and then Control V it wherever I want to put it. So looks like chicken fingers are what's for dinner tonight.
Lovely. That makes it very easy. Thank you.
All right, Colette. Thank you for your question. So that is all the questions on the lab updates. I don't see any more hands up. We don't have a tip of the week this week, but what we do want to do is field any questions, maybe help you with your BD website. So we do have extra time this webinar without that tip of the week. I do see Jeanette has her hand up.
Jeanette did type in her question. She basically wanted to know if we had any plans for page analytics on the website. She wanted to know where visitors were coming from, basically their navigation on her site, all the things like that.
The best tool for that, and for a lot of companies, but a company that specializes in membership software, the best tool for that would be Google Analytics. It's free, and it is what they specialize in. I would highly recommend anyone with any website connect Google Analytics to your website. They give an immense amount of data, everything she just mentioned, like the devices that are visiting, the country, the region, even the city, the number of pages they visited, how long they spent on a page. There's another tool. I think they have a freemium model. It's called Hotjar. I'll go to their website. I'll go to both websites, and I'll share the links. Google Analytics. Did I spell that correctly? Okay, I'm going to share this link. It's free as long as you have you just need a Google account or a Gmail account and sign up for Google Analytics. I'm going to put this in the chat for everyone. And there is another solution, which is a paid solution. It's a private company. I think it's called hotjar.com. This even gets crazier. This actually shows you like a heat map of where users are clicking on your website. So if you want to see like what the behavior is of people on your website, are they clicking on the main menu links? Are they clicking in the footer links? Are they clicking on links in the middle of the content? This Hotjar actually gives you a heat map, and it's really good to improve navigation. You can see where you're wasting people's time on your site. Maybe they're not responding to some things you've put on your site. You put a call to action somewhere, but it's not getting any clicks. So you need to change your messaging or move it higher up or lower on the page. I haven't been to the site in a while, but I know they always had a free plan. Here, we can do personal, right? It's a personal website. That's a good place to start. So they do have a basic plan that's free forever. This might be a good place to start. But if you want something beyond the free Google Analytics, which is awesome on its own, Hotjar would be the next option that I've seen and I'd recommend as a paid option for your site. Probably once you reach a certain threshold of traffic where it would warrant and make sense for an investment in this, even at $39 per month as they have here as their first paid option here. Probably you want to have a substantial amount of traffic before opting for one of the paid plans here. But Jeanette, those are two options for traffic, and they'll do a better job than any other company out there because this is all they do is page traffic analytics. With that said, though, we just had a conversation today. We are going to, at the end of 2021, the features in BD are so rich. One thing we want to start doing is providing more graphs and charts and reports for places where showing data would make sense. Simple stats like page counts and things like that could be something that we'll be looking at. Leads per month, just seeing that in a graph rather than just in the list view on managed leads, that can be helpful and provide better indicators on the pulse and health of a website. So at the end of 2021, we think we're going to have time to begin working on that, and that I think will make the platform a lot more well-rounded with everything else that's already built in. All right, let's see who else has their hands up here. Oh, we got a few hands up here. Let's go to Sean or Shan. How am I pronouncing that?
Hi, it's Shan.
Hey, Shan. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
And how'd you like the updates so far?
I love them. I am so excited. I found you guys years ago, and I'm just so grateful that you guys continue to add to your platform more than what I can expect. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Great to hear that. What's your question for us? Can we help you with anything today?
Yes. So I'm interested in soon being able to get paid ads for my website. And the actual people that will be paying are attorneys, and they are specific to state. So like, for instance, Florida, for personal injury attorneys, they really are not interested in other states. Is there a way to do that with ads to only show ads in certain areas or to certain members?
Absolutely. Let me show you. It does require a few clicks. You can definitely do something like that. Let me show you a quick way that everyone can do, and we can go from there. Okay. Okay. You said Florida as an example?
Yes.
All right. Let's do something for Florida real quick. Let's see if this site has any members in Florida. All right. Just searching here. Well, I guess actually I could just do /Florida and let's see what comes up. This is a demo site we use for the webinars. Has some sample member data and stuff. Okay, so there's 349 members here in Florida, or who are part of the Florida area. So what we can do is this, okay? But essentially what you can do is you want to click on View Websites to get this admin bar area here. Okay, so let me refresh this page. Now it knows that I'm an admin of the website viewing the front end of the website. And what we can do is create static page from this page. So I'll click on Create Static Page. And what you can do is this. So it's asking the URL, so I'll put Florida. And I'll just say Florida members. And the page type, you want to set this to member search results. So it knows that this is a member search results page for Florida. And I'm just going to put a title. This is Florida. Florida members for Shan. All right, I'm just going to quickly save the changes so we can see this page. When I do this, because there's an infinite number of location plus category searches you can do. You can do like a city plus a category. When you do this, you're turning that dynamically created page and you're giving yourself some control for that page, turning it into what we call a static page or almost like a standalone page. So if we view the page now, we can see here the title says this is Florida members for Shan. So now this individual page for Florida, I have some control over it. You have some control over it. So what you can do is the next step in this is go to your sidebar manager, because I'm assuming in general we want to put the banner ads in the sidebar of the page, and we're going to create a new sidebar. And we'll give it a nickname. We'll just call it Florida Search Results. And we'll save the sidebar. Okay, just a moment here. Okay, so now I have this sidebar called Florida Search Results. I'll go ahead and edit it. By default, there's nothing in this sidebar. So what we can do is in your design settings, under banner ads, we have all these extra banner ads here. So you can create a banner ad. Well, we have one here for our Facebook group. Let's say you wanted to link to this guy, Sugarman Candy example. Let's download his image. This is not going to be a pretty ad, but I'm just going to kind of show you what you can do. You probably want to make an ad banner on Canva or something pretty.
Sure.
But let's copy the link and okay, I'll just use this image. I'll put this link here. So now this is linking to this guy's. So the widget name here, and this is kind of overlooked sometimes, is Bootstrapping Banner 17. So look for the widget name that you're adding these extra banner ads into. Because when you have this widget name here, that's what you want to search in this now I'm back on the sidebar page. This is what you want to drag into your sidebar here. So let's save this. And let's save the design settings for extra banner ad one. So I've created a sidebar. I'm putting a banner ad into that sidebar. The last thing I need to do is that static page that I created for this is Florida. Under page options here, I want to go ahead and select that sidebar. Show sidebar, and I got to reload the page because I made the sidebar afterwards. Okay, so show sidebar, Florida search results. Position, I'll have it on the right side. Slim. And what's also cool when you do a page like this as well, you can add some custom content into here. So if you wanted to do more SEO value, you can write about lawyers in Florida and have this, Google loves unique content. So you can write a little blurb that's going to help with your Google rankings for this individual page. And you can actually choose where you want this to show. Florida lawyers, I'll just make it real big here so we can see what it looks like. And the position, you can choose where you want this, above member results, above body content. I'll just do that, above body content. And I'm putting lawyer in Florida here as content. However, you could put a picture or another Canva banner ad here as well, and it could link to another member's profile. So I'm going to cross my fingers here. So here is that image, that Sugarman. If I click on this banner here, it'll go to that Sugarman Candy Guys page. Right. And you can hear, this is that content, lawyer in Florida, that I put here in the text editor. So if we wanted to, we could add an image here. Let's do that. So I'm just going to put this happy face here, and we can link this image as well to Sugarman Candy Guy. You know, I'm just doing really poor examples here, but, well, it's a smiley face. And let's save the changes. This is more just for demonstration purposes, but let me refresh the page now. And so here's more content. So you could like do a super feature on someone, you know, for the Florida search. So if you're linking to Florida results directly from your homepage, you know, that's a great way to then give that person exposure, because you know it's a homepage link and people will be clicking on it exclusively to get to, in this example, Florida results. So these are just one ways you can turn what's called a dynamic search results page into a static search results page. And when you do this, you don't need this. Again, there's infinite combinations of these dynamic pages that are created. But if you search Google Analytics, for example, and you look for some of your most popular pages, you know, the search results pages, you may want to spend time adding more unique content to those search results pages to help them even more in their rankings. And you can do that over time. You don't need to do all of them at once. So that would be the way to do it, Sean.
That is extraordinary. Like, I am really, really excited about the possibilities with this. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So what we did is we basically created a static page, created a custom sidebar, dropped in the custom thing we wanted in that sidebar, and we're showing that sidebar on our page. So little extra steps there, but so you can customize your site with that. All right, let's go to Stephen. Stephen, how are you today? Looks like you're self-muted on your end. How are you today?
Well, that was a great question she had, you know, and I was going to go about the SEO and so forth. Hey, that was why it's worth listening to you every 2 weeks. You know, you always do something great. Hey, now this is a little complicated, but it has a point, right? Now, if you have 5 guys joining your site and they're all Bob's Fruit Market, the first guy's URL is going to be Bob's Fruit Market. The next guy's going to be -99, -213, exact, et cetera, right? And that's how it works, correct?
Correct. If members with the exact same name are signing up, the URL will be whatever it is. So it'll be Bob's Fruit. You got the idea. Fruit Market, and then the extra people, it will be their member ID.
Oh, their member ID. Okay,
it's their member ID. Yeah.
Now with the product, if say there's your directory is about fruit markets and 400 people have apple jelly.
Right.
Now, is it going to be product apple jelly number 99, product apple jelly 213, etc.?
Yes.
Or is it?
No, you're correct. The first one is going to be apple jelly by itself, and as additional posts with the exact same name are created, it's going to add the ID at the end of it.
Also, the number is just the ID, so that's okay. Great. Now, my question is the other day I'm testing and doing a live thing. So I have my company and another company, and I'm doing airport transportation, and my friends is airport transportation - serving the Northwest suburbs. Now, I did both of these on my computer, and when I was clicked on my airport transportation as a customer, it went to my friend's airport transportation serving the Northwest suburbs, his page.
His product, his profile page.
Yeah.
So something happens. So let's say,
directly said.
Yeah. So if someone creates apple jelly, so now and then that post they update it to apple jelly honey, whatever. The system is actually intelligent that it does this. In this case, it will create a redirect from the original post to go to whatever the new one was changed to, so that any link juice or traffic from the original one doesn't get lost, and it'll direct people to the new one. it sounds like, and again, you might want to do some slower tests, but you might have been doing some things quickly, and some 301 redirects for the same thing got set up simultaneously, almost, not exactly simultaneously, but you can check your 301 redirect rules. And if you're noticing things like that, because sometimes you can create rules that conflict with each other. It's rare, but if you're doing some rapid testing with all the same names and you're deleting and then adding back and things like that, it can confuse the system sometimes. But if you're experiencing that, what you can do is under your developer tools, and it sounds like you're already familiar with this, under your 301 redirect rules, you can search for the conflicting or incorrect redirects. Like in this case, I would search for apple jelly, and just delete those rules if they're no longer needed. So thank you for that question there. All right, let's keep on moving here. I'm going to get to you, Olga. It looks like you're self-muted there.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good, good.
It's just a simple question. The thing that you were showing earlier today, creating a static page and calling a dynamic page there.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how the link would look like. So the static page, can I create any type of link, or it should correspond with the one that is on the dynamic page?
Good question. It needs to correspond to what's on the dynamic page, and that's also why we select the page type for member search results, and that's how it makes the connection between the URL and that it should correspond to the member search results page. So it does need to match what the dynamic would be for that. Okay, I think I have an easy method for you actually. So if you click on the breadcrumb of a member, for example, this guy is United States, California, Beverly Hills Local Services. If you wanted to turn this into a static page, basically take everything after the /. So United, this would be the URL.
Okay.
If you're doing a search, I'll show you another. If you're doing a dynamic search, for example, active life in, I'll just do Los Angeles, and you're going to get the non-pretty URL like this, right? I know
that's what I meant.
So, okay, look at the source code like this, Olga. I know you're versed, and look for the canonical link. Here, canonical link will always show you the pretty URL of that dynamic page. Here, so you would take, this is the pretty URL for this dynamic URL here. So look for.
And how do I get to a page like that? Do I right click on the?
Well, on my Firefox browser, I press Control U. Control U takes me to this source view. Another thing is in my Firefox, it's view source like this, and then the URL. And what we're after is the canonical link, and this is what's telling search engines like Google that this is the corresponding page to this dynamically created page. And also for your sitemap generator, this is what it does. It takes all those dynamic pages. They all have a corresponding pretty URL. And this pretty URL is what you would want to use if you're turning a dynamic page into a static page.
Oh, thank you so much. It still didn't make any sense to me, and now it does.
You're bringing up a very good point here. We should show the pretty URL here for dynamic searches in the admin, at least in the admin sidebar, so you know what the pretty URL of a dynamic page, search results page would be. I'm going to make a note for that. All right, we have a little bit more time here. Let's see if we can get to Pauline now. How are you, Pauline? Looks like you're self-muted there.
Hi there.
All right, how are you today?
Great, how are you?
Good, good. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have one that's just kind of a follow-up tag to what you did earlier for the lawyers in Florida. So if I have an empty search results video that I'm customizing, is that where I would place it for a specific search results page, similar to where you put the smiley face, for example?
Ask that question again. If you have an empty search results video, you said.
Yeah, so what we'll be doing is looking at putting in video saying we have, there's no one yet in this category. You want to be the first, but we're going to plunk it in on that specific search results page. So I have a better sense now of how I can make that dynamic page a static one and customize it. But is that where I would put in a video?
Okay, so first of all, that's the first time I heard that one. Let's test it out together. let's go to a page that has no members, where it's empty search results. Give me a second. Let's find something. Okay, so in general, universally, when there are no member results, there is this message here. Are you familiar? You've seen this, right?
Yes.
Okay. You can edit this message. I understand that you want it to be unique to the search that was conducted. So this is a text label. First, so let's see if we just put a video in here. Let's go to YouTube real quick.
You can actually put a video in there in the text label.
You can do a lot of things. Let's see if we embed the iframe code. So just copy that and put this here.
You're blowing my mind at the moment.
Okay, you can also put widgets here, like widget equals. So in widgets you can put, like if you're working with a developer, they could really put anything. So okay, so we can see here the video is here now. Now your question is, can I do custom message if I make it a static page? Let's see what the canonical URL is, just what I was telling Olga. So here's the canonical URL. Don't know why it's showing that there, but let's just copy this and turn this into a static page. I've never done this before, creating to see what would show, but let's see here. That will be the URL, what we copied from the canonical. Make the page type a member search results page. This is a no results message. The problem is if their results come, what you put here will always show on the page is what I'm thinking. So let's just put this here, insert. Oops. Oh, embed code. That's why. Okay. So here's the video, and we're going to put this above the member results. Let's just see what happens if this works. So if you know there are no results, yeah, see it's showing this video here. And then this is the one in the message here. So there is a way you can create a static page, and if there are no results, you probably just need to work with a developer. They put like what's called like an if statement, like if no results, then show the message for that thing. But to answer your question in short, yes, you can create a static search results page, and then if you create that if statement, if there's no results, then you can have this custom video there.
But if we did a video that spoke directly to that specific industry, for example, we would want to keep it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It could be like a haven't found what you're looking for video. Like even if there are results, just show it there. Like still haven't found what you're looking for, for lawyers or whatever. Just something more universal.
Okay.
But yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
You're very welcome, Polly.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Cheers. All right, guys. With that said, we didn't have a tip of the week, but we had amazing questions. Looks like we've reached the end of our time here. The next webinar will be in 2 weeks, so we look forward to seeing you there. If you haven't already done so, please join us in the Facebook group. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and join us there. On behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, thank you guys. What a fun webinar. Thank you so much for your time today and joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a brilliant day, a great week, and mask up. See you soon. Bye-bye.